welcome back to Turntable Guy. Happy New Year. This is our first video of 2022, and we're going to start it off with a very impressive turntable. This is the Marantz 6300. It's a very sought after turntable, and it is fetching ridiculous prices on the used market right now. Obviously it carries the Marantz name, and that goes pretty far with vintage audio enthusiasts. But just like the last video with the Yamaha YPD6, this Marantz is manufactured by CEC. Yes, Marantz did not manufacture its own turntables. They may have spec'd them out, but this is a CEC turntable, and the guts are CEC, the features are pretty much CEC, and like I've always said, that is a great thing. They made some phenomenal turntables. Obviously, if all these very high quality companies were subbing out their work to them, and there must have been for a reason, right? They were reliable, they looked great, they performed really well, and that's why most of the Japanese companies were going to them for manufacturing. So anyway, this Marantz has come in for a service. What's different about this turntable is a lot of the features along the right hand side here, they run by solenoid. So when you push a button, you're tripping a solenoid and it does the work. So we'll have a look at that. The owner said that when he pushes the queuing down button, this one here, he has to press it twice before it goes down. Could be a sticky control. We'll get a look at that. Actually, why don't we have a peek right now, see what it's doing. Let's just take off the dust cover here. It's got a very nice cartridge on here. He's got an AT VN95SH, which is the Shibata stylus. So that's very nice. It looks very dirty though, so we'll be cleaning that. We'll just give this sucker some power. Now the strobe light is out on this one, and he's asked me not to touch it because he has purchased a used one. He paid $50 on eBay for it, and he's going to solder that in himself, so we're not going to mess with that. So when I'm setting the speed with the pitch controls, we're going to clean those pitch controls. I'll probably just use one of my strobe discs, and we'll get it set up that way. But in the meantime, let's see what this turntable is doing. It has a power button, and there's manual and full auto operation. So when you put it, that is manual. So I take it when we go to auto, it must start spinning once we move the arm over. Or maybe it starts spinning when we press queuing down. Oh, there we go. Oh, I see what he's saying. See that? I pushed the down button, the solenoid fired. I see what it's doing. Okay. Probably got a sticky or dirty control there. The problem is that these solenoids, queuing up and stop work, these solenoids are impossible to find if they're actually faulty. So that would be bad if it is faulty. But I understand what he's saying. So when you push down, yeah, it wants to go. Yeah, it takes a couple presses. Okay. The needle starts going down. And it should, this is an optical sensor. So when the arm travels all the way across, it trips a sensor and it lifts. It's just auto lift. It's not auto return. All right. So we will lock the tone arm, take off our cartridge. That's a really nice cartridge. It's really dirty though. Have a look at that. I always say this, I know it's probably hard to see, but clean your styluses after you play a record. At the very least, after a couple records, just clean them. Get a dry brush and just give it a brushing. The further you leave your cleanings, the more gunk builds up on the stylus, and the diamond gets absolutely filthy. Yeah, you can clean it with a solvent, but why would you want to do that? Just keep it dry wiped. Get the dirt off of it. Don't let it get like this. Okay, we're going to unplug it. Put the cover back on. There's no 45 selector in here. That's good. So, oh, almost forgot the platter. That's one thing you don't want to have happen, eh? Especially when he's actually gone ahead and done a nice polish on this. So you don't want the platter smacking in. Trust me, I've done it. All right. Not too many screws, so we'll take these out together. It's got a nice big base here. Really well built. The feet are, I don't know what's going on over here. He's got one rubberized foot here and nothing over here. But these are adjustable. You screw them in, screw them out for your leveling. Just like I always say, that is a CEC screw. You can always tell a CEC screw whether it's black or if it's golden colored. Just they're dead giveaway who makes the table. Okay. How's our view? We're going to be working in this area here, so I'm probably going to move it up and maybe zoom in just a little bit here. There. And it helps to take off this foot. Just gives you a little bit more access to the area. A lot of micro switches in this thing. Oh, one more. There we go. Yeah, if you don't like micro switches, this is not the turntable for you. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry, 8 right here. And I believe this is the optical sensor here, and this is the solenoid. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 8 micro switches. And our buttons control those. There's our power switch. No, this is our power switch over here. And we got here, this is our down up here. So these are hitting this micro switch. So we're going to take this one out and we're going to hit it with some contact cleaner first, because it was the one that was giving us a little bit of issue. So this is our bad boy right here. And what trips it, there's just a little piece of metal here, and that's what trips it. So let's give this a nice cleaning. I'm just going to put a little bit of contact cleaner. Actually, what I like to do is just flood the switch a little bit. I do not like to take micro switches apart. I know it's not super easy to do this, especially when they're not being very right in my face. There we go. So we're going to flood that nicely. Contact cleaner in there, and then we're just going to move that. activate the cleaning. And what I'm going to do, I just wanted to show you this one because this one's giving us problems. I'm going to clean all 8 of these. So I'm going to go through and hit every one of these with contact cleaner. It's important to do it because if one's failing, they're all going to start to go. So we want to make sure that they're clean. So I just wanted to show you that one because that is our one micro switch that is giving us some problems. So we'll get that one clean first, put it back into place. And then what I'll do is go through the laborious process of taking out each one of these and cleaning each one. Now, I've shown you that, and when we come back, I'll clean the pots on it. We'll just temporarily throw the base on it, and we will give it a quick test to see how we're doing. And I don't know if we're going to do the motor on this one. If I remember correctly, it might be a bit of a pain in the butt to get it out. I'm going to have another look. Usually, yeah, see, like I did that Yamaha because it was really simple to get to, and the oil was, there was a lot of oil in it. And this is really nicely lubricated. But I'm going to have a peek and see how nasty it is to get this one out. And then we'll just do that. We'll hopefully it's going to be running properly, and do a sound check, clean the stylus, set up the arm, and I'll show you how to do that. And we'll go from there. But let me do these switches, and then we'll be right back. Okay, we're done with the micro switches. That was a lot of fun. We're going to clean the pots now, and these ones have access through the back, so we'll just give them a little splot here. Okay, and what I actually already did this, but what I like to do is when the other trim pots on the motor are easily accessible, I like to give them a little shot of contact cleaner. And then what I'll go in is, I won't mess with these yet, but I'll just move them just a slight, just to lubricate the contacts with the contact cleaner, just a little bit, and put them back where they were. And it just, it helps freshen up the connection there. But let me get underneath here, and I'll just work the actual trim pots here. We'll get that all nice and cleaned up. CEC gives you really nice access to these. They're always nice in the open. These ones feel really nice. I just wanted to show you this mechanism here. How the arm trips up. Right there. So this is the big solenoid I was talking about. And I'm going to try and move the arm. So what happens is, here's your optical sensor. And you can adjust this via the back of the turntable, so you don't have to open it up. There's a screw back there. And all it does is the screw moves this optical sensor back and forth, so you can adjust where in the record you want the auto lift to occur. And what happens is, as the arm travels forward along the record, there's a little flat piece which you can't see, which sticks down, which is going to break the connection on that sensor. And once that breaks, boom, it fires the solenoid and it lifts the arm. So that's how that works. Okay, so I think we are going to serve some motor. I believe it is easily accessible from the top on this one. I'm just going to put this foot back. I'm just going to put one screw just to hold it while we're working on that. Zoom out a little bit here. Put this one foot back in. We'll turn it over, and then we'll do the motor. And we'll check how that cleaning went on that solenoid. or on that micro switch. Hopefully it fires a little bit better now. How are we looking? I think we're looking pretty good. Okay. Top off. Maybe we can go in a little bit closer. There. I'm pretty sure this one just comes off with 3 little tiny screws here. And we should be able to pop that motor spindle right off, which is, again, very accessible. So the table is you know, it's very serviceable, but there are a lot of micro switches to clean, and that's a bit of a pain in the butt. There we go. You ready? 1, 2, 3. There you go. Let's see what we're doing here for oil. No oil. Okay, there's no oil in this one whatsoever. So let's get a look down there. This is where the oil goes. It's very dry. And even though it's very dry, there's still enough oil in there around the spindle itself to help it spin nicely, because it was spinning nicely. So obviously this one doesn't need a lot. So what we're going to do is our usual regiment of cleaning. I'll just show you how little oil there is in there. You saw that Yamaha YPD6 I did. I put the Q-tip in and it was soaked. This one's got nothing. It's totally dry. So let's go in and clean it with some alcohol. We'll get ready for new fresh oil. It's not a whole lot to clean on this one because there's not that much oil in there. So when you're cleaning this out, like I'm using 70% right now. So that means, you know, it's 70% alcohol and probably 30% water. So when you're using something like that, you might want to dry it afterwards a little bit, because it doesn't evaporate as nicely as, you know, 90 or 95% or whatever you have. That's higher in percentage. So I usually dry it out and then let it, I mean, it still evaporates very quickly, but I do let it dry out a little bit, right? We'll also clean our spindle. Just a little bit of alcohol on a paper towel. And just give that a good wipe. And that's what usually comes off, something like that. And we are ready for new oil. I'll be using a 30 weight on this one. Don't need a lot. I'm going to put a little drop on the spindle. I have a feeling this one's not going to want to go down very easily, because it wasn't going down very easily without any oil. So, well, that's not bad. Very nice. Good stuff. And that is it. It's got to sit flat, right? Because if it doesn't sit flat, then this thing is going to rub. And it is rubbing. Okay. So I'm just going to wait for that to go down. And we'll come back, we'll button this puppy up. And we'll do a sound test. Okay, I'm going to put our platter back on. bin. Beautiful, lubricated, quiet. Okay, let's test our micro switch. And we'll put our head shell on for this so it actually drops. And okay, and power's on. That's manual mode. So we'll put it in auto. Move this over. And it was taking two pushes before. Let's see how we're doing. Try cleaning over here a little bit. Well, that's one push. I just need to distribute the cleaner a little bit here. Let's try that again. Oh, there we go. One push. Very good. Well, it's not perfect. It seems a little bit better. Yeah, at least I'm getting it to do one press only most of the time. You got to give it a good push. You can't just do a little one of these. Well, maybe you can. But that seems like it's getting better the more I actually use the button. There we go. Well, maybe the cleaner's going to get in there and work its magic and do its thing. Let's see how our speed is. Let's grab a strobe disc. 4533. Okay. We'll put it on manual mode. Let's zoom in, so maybe you can see these a little, see the lines a little better. Although it's probably really reflective, isn't it? Hang on, let me get my other one. This thing's shining like crazy. This one doesn't have 45 on it. I'll put the shiny one back in for 45. Maybe you can see it. All right, let's do. Oh my God, the strobe lit up. That's so funny. He says it hasn't been working. And there's 33. Nice and stable. There's 45. Way too fast. But it's stable. That's good. There we go. 45, which is the inner ring on the shiny one. I don't know if you can see that or not. But it's good and stable. Very smooth. All right, good. I'm happy with that. Just let that spin a little bit. Let's clean our stylus. Which is kind of, oh, it's in manual mode. We'll let it spin. We'll use a dab of 70% on this one because it's kind of dirty. Where you got to be careful with alcohol and styluses is when you have a bonded stylus, because the diamond tip is glued to the cantilever. This is a nude stylus, so it's pressed into the cantilever, so alcohol can't dislodge the glue. There we go. Much better. There's ET VM95 SH. This is the top of the line of the VM95 series. I think it goes for around 300 bucks. Great cartridge for the money. The bodies are all the same, so you can go from the C all the way up to the SH. You can all track at 2 grams too. Okay, put it into auto mode. Hook up our sound. Oh, one of the things he did say about this one is these are the factory original RCA plugs, and he said he's getting... Oh, that ground doesn't look very good. We'll have to put a ground cable on that. He said there might be an issue with the RCA cable, so we'll have a listen. Just get a little bit of ground there, just to attach to my ground clamp here on my bench. There we go. Grab some tunes. No hum, which is good. Yeah, see, there it is again, doing 2 presses. Oh yeah, I don't hear anything out of the... Oh yeah, I do. I'm just going to wiggle the cables a little bit. Oh, I got to be careful here. You have 8 seconds before you get that copyright strike. That's really low. I don't hear any issues with the cables. Although my ground just fell off. There we go. Yeah, I'm not hearing anything. Both channels coming in loud and clear. Wiggling the cables, nothing. Wiggling the base, nothing. No hum, no nothing. I don't know. I'll send him a note today and ask him what he's hearing, but I can't hear it. Oh, is the strobe light out? No, it's still lit. Yeah, so I don't hear anything. I'd rather not replace the cables. I usually just replace the ends on it. But that's it. You guys know how to set up an arm. That's I'm not going to go through that. Anti-skate and all that kind of stuff. This one has a anti-skating that goes with a little weight, and what you do is you move this weight across based on the tracking force of the cartridge. So just check the manual and it'll be, you know, like 1.5, 2 grams, wherever you need it set, right? So we will have a look at the manual and set that up properly, and call this one the first video of 2022. So there is your very, very in-demand Marantz 6300, manufactured by CEC. Don't overpay for this turntable. It is a beautiful turntable. It is built just gorgeous. But is it worth $1,000 or $1,200 or whatever you're going for? Probably not. So unless you're a real big, you know, Marantz fan and you want this to sit along with your Marantz receiver or amplifiers or whatever, right? So, but what the asking prices are ridiculous right now. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot. Please remember to subscribe. Really would appreciate that, and we'll catch you in the next video. Thanks.